So I am not feeling very good. It's Monday, by the way, whatever. Yeah, I am not feeling very good. I actually feel really good. Well, not really good. I feel better right now. But as you guys can see, I did not wash my hair yesterday. And the reason why is because I got really tired yesterday. And then I got the worst migraine ever. And when I was a kid, I used to get migraines all the time, like to the point where my parents took me to the doctor like 2 or 3 times, to the eye doctor, to see if there was something wrong with my eyes, because I used to read a lot and I had a problem with reading in the dark. Like, I didn't care. As a kid, I would read anywhere. I remember specifically, my parents, they got divorced when I was pretty young, and when my mom would like take me from my dad's house and we would be going back home at night at like 9 o'clock at 9 o'clock in the evening, I would be in the car reading in the dark. And then if she would like, oh, stop reading in the dark, I would just put my book up and use the headlights from the car behind her to like read. So they thought basically that my migraines were because I used to read in the dark. And I haven't had migraines in a while, like years. It's been years since my last migraine. But yesterday I had a migraine so bad, I had to cut off all the lights, cut off the TV, just anything that emitted light, I had to cut it off. I couldn't listen to anyone because it was just, oh, like I couldn't even talk. Like, I really just had to shut up and just be quiet and lay down in the dark. And I don't know if that was just my body's way of telling me like, girl, you need to calm down. Like, you just need to take a chill pill and just rest. I don't know what caused it. So I didn't wash my hair. Today's work day. I did do some work. I answered some emails, which I'm very happy with. I got caught up in my inbox because it was a little out of control for a minute there. And I actually made lunch. I made a vegan jambalaya that turned out pretty good. And now I'm about to just kind of get my Instagram content together for this week. So what I'm noticing is I have lots of videos that have very helpful content in them that I can just kind of cut down and upload on Instagram. So I'm going to try that this week and see how it goes. There's a specific video on like a summer protective style, but it's really like a low manipulation style that I think would be really helpful for people looking to get their hair out of their face for summer. But yeah, I'm just chilling in the dark today. Honestly, I opened up the blinds so I could talk to y'all. But yeah, not feeling good, and hopefully I feel better tomorrow because I have to coach. Section of my hair as I'm twisting it on each other, if that makes sense. So here is what my hair is looking like after about 2 hours of twisting. So I'm wrapping up my day. You got it up here, do you? I do. Oh. Yeah. I'm wrapping up my day today, and while Vernon is gone, we FaceTime, you know, every night pretty much. And I wanted Vernon to say hey. So say hey, Vernon. Hold on. Ooh. Say hey, baby.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm here.
Where are you?
Key West. Right off the, Carnival Cruise here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's in the boat right now, and you guys can like see a little bit of what it looks like on the boat.
There ain't much to look at, say that.
Yeah, it's very industrial.
The last thing you want to do is get stuck on here for a few years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, it's very...
You can now.
Right. Yeah, it's so industrial. I've been on it once, and it's very industrial. But yeah.
Ain't no but aluminum, metal, tears.
Right. Tears? Wait. Yeah.
I ain't playing.
Yeah.
People be like, oh my God, I gotta be on here for 5 years.
Yeah, people get stuck on a boat for 5 years. That is crazy. But yeah.
They chose it, so their problem now.
But I just wanted to say, we're saying goodnight now. It's really late. So say goodnight to the people, baby.
Good night. Old man needs to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm holding him hostage. Ugh. I love you too. Good night. You leaving for real? okay, okay.
You said 2 minutes.
All right.
I ain't gonna.
No, for real.
You ain't no for real?
No. Let me put this up.
See that?
So I just got done coaching. I'm coaching the last week of Master Your Magic for my June wave. So we started in June and now we're ending in July. Wow. We've spent, we meet pretty much every week for 6 weeks is how it works. So it's always like kind of sad and weird when I'm wrapping up a wave because I've been seeing these women like once a week or twice a week for the past month and a half. And then like when you don't see them anymore, it's kind of like, this routine. Like when you get out of the routine of that, it's like really weird. Oh my God, man, when you vlog, your arm muscles get really strong. So if you follow astrology, there's going to be like a super black new moon. And like when things happen in the sky, like a lot of the times that can affect, the beings because we're all energy and energy, interacts. And one of like some of the side effects of that is like fatigue and really like having energy shifts and getting divine downloads, digital downloads. And I have been feeling that like truly and honestly, like it's so strange like when things start happening and you're like, whoa, like the universe really be listening, and like it's not just you, like you're out here interacting with other energy and creating energy. You're creating your life, you're co-creating your life. I'll talk about that more a little bit later when I'm not tired. But basically, I have been so tired and I'm just taking it easy. So I will wash my hair whenever I have the energy to. But right now, I'm working on managing my energy and like prioritizing it to what's most important for that day. So for today, I really wanted to clear out my space. And I wanted to sit with some of the things like that I feel are probably going to be changing in my business. Things that I thought were going to be the best for me are looking like they're not. And that's another thing with this new moon. It's like a great time to reflect and see like what's not working for you. What are you holding on to? What's not yielding results? And what are you in the routine of just doing simply for like the sake of routine or trying to make something work? Letting that go and then flowing in what is truly for you, because what's for you will work seamlessly. Like, of course, you have to prepare for it and you have to like hone your skills for it. But when preparation meets like opportunity, it'll flow. And there are some things in my business right now that I thought were the best thing, and now I'm kind of noticing maybe that's not the best way to go. I'm still doing curl coaching and Master Your Magic. I just think there are different ways that I could go about it so that my energy isn't depleted, and so that it just flows a little bit more seamlessly. So I've been kind of like taking a step back today to get clarity, and I really have. And it's funny because I think that migraine from earlier this week was really like my body's way of telling me like, just be still, like stop trying to make everything happen, stop trying to work so hard. And for me, it's kind of like a defense mechanism to work hard, because throughout my life, like I would overcompensate for like my situation, like my household situation. I would overcompensate for that by doing well in school, by literally working myself to the freaking bone so that I felt like the harder I worked, the farther I would go. And sometimes I would work in areas that I had no business being in. Like I would waste years doing things that really didn't align with me. And I just felt like if I worked hard, I could make it work. And it doesn't work like that. If it's not for you, it's never going to be for you, no matter how hard you work. So it's been an ongoing lesson for me to learn rest and to like chill out. And so that's what I did today. Like I just chilled out, and it brought a lot more peace and clarity than me working hard today would have been or would have brought. So I'm about to take a little walk, soak in the rest of today, and then I'm going to do like a few new moon rituals. I need to clean my crystals of any past energy and programming. I still haven't done that, and I need to kind of sit down and journal all the things that aren't serving me right now, and I'm probably going to burn that up before the new moon happens and we start a new cycle, and you step into a new beginning. So I'm going to prepare for that. I just left the esthetician. It is raining, as you can see. I got a microdermabrasion treatment. It was my first time. I got extractions, which I needed. This is my second facial. The next facial will actually be a chemical peel, which I'm very excited about because that helps with dark marks. But I'm about to grab lunch because all I had today so far is an apple, and it's like 1 o'clock. So I'm starving and my energy is very low. So I'm at this it's this place in Jacksonville that follows Dr. Sebi's like alkaline diet called Teaposh Naturals, and it's the restaurant that inspired me to just go ahead and take the plunge into being vegan. So I really like this place. Good morning. So it's Saturday morning, and I've been up for a while, but I'm just like, you know, getting up. But today is actually Vernon's commissioning. So the reason why Vernon has been gone for the week is because his ship is new. And in the Navy, when you have a new ship, you have to have like a ceremony, like, I guess, inducting it into the water and into like being an active ship. So his ceremony is going on right now. We both made the decision that it was better for me not to go, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about why later. But they're live streaming it, so I'm just gonna share with you a little snip just so you guys can see, like, you know, what it's like when you're married to a military person. I just feel like this is a completely different life than when you're not married to a military person. And I feel like before I was in the military, I just wanted to know what was going on, so I'm letting y'all see what's going on.
One of the things I've enjoyed most in my role as commanding officer is the interaction I have with my crew. My personal leadership style is to empower the crew to be forward-thinking, self-motivated, and solution-oriented, with the goal of working smart, not hard, whenever possible, but recognizing when there is no substitute for hard work and rising to occasions with vigor and zeal. I have to say, this particular group of sailors has adapted to my expectations with ease.
So then just move it forward as I press, or move it to the side?
You're more guiding it than pushing it, because it will pull it through on its own.
Okay.
If you needed to turn it, you just kind of gently move your hand where it needs to go.
Gotcha.
But it's such a small piece here.
Oh, I see. Oh.
So you are good to go.
Oh, this is so cute. It's all nice and straight. This makes sewing so much easier. Like, can you imagine if you had to like do it by hand as opposed to with the machine?
It'd be insane.
Yeah.
No one would ever see it. Yeah, so it like folds down like that. You want a wallet? Okay. That would be cute as a wallet too, like the ladybugs and the flowers. That's a cute pattern. Alrighty, so I just left my sewing class. So honestly, I have just really wanted to learn how to sew. And my library has a free sewing class. Like, they supply all the materials, the sewing machines. So I went there today and I made a little wallet. The pattern is cute. So it's like these little like fruit pieces and then like leaves. And then this is the inside. So sewing is actually not as hard as I thought it was when you have someone to explain it to you. I was trying to like learn on my own for a while. This was years ago and it was very difficult. But this was like so easy. She broke it down really nicely, the instructor. So I learned how to sew today. I learned how to like thread the machine and make a basic stitch and, you know, yeah. And then while I was there, I also got some cookbooks on like vegan cookbooks because I need to get on my food game. Like seriously, I need some help. So these are the two that I'm most excited about. This is one for like making a lot of like, you know, like black meals, like, you know, candied yams and things like that, like making that vegan. And then this is more of like an everyday type of vegan cookbook. And something else that I learned, like as when I went vegan, is it's not just like recipes that you have to learn. It's like a whole new way of like approaching and preparing food. So like, how do you prepare like dry beans? That's something I've never learned. Like, how do you prepare tofu if I ever want to use that? I had this one meal yesterday, actually. It was like mushrooms, like portobello mushrooms with some type of like fried something on it that made it taste like better than chicken. And I don't know how to make that, so I want to learn how to make like real meals, you know. And so the recipe books are going to teach me that. But right now I'm actually about to go to the farmer's market. I'm not gonna go grocery shopping today because I need to look at all the recipes and really like plan it out and map it out, and that's the piece that I haven't been doing. I've just been going to the store and just grabbing whatever and then figuring it out when I got home, and that's not working out. So I'm gonna go to the farmer's market and just get some fruit and just some stuff to hold me over until tomorrow. But why is this so dark? It's like the weirdest thing. I don't know why it's so dark, y'all. It's strange. But as far as why I didn't go to Key West with Vernon, so when Vernon was deployed the first time, when he had his like mini deployment, he was gone for I think 4 months. At one point he was actually going to stop in Norfolk, Virginia, which is where we used to live. And so we were going to try to make like a vacation out of it. He was going to be there supposedly for a week, and then basically a bunch of stuff happened where he literally stayed there for less than 24 hours, and we kind of saw it coming, so we cut that vacation off. So then when he was going to Key West for work, we kind of figured, oh, maybe we can make that kind of like a vacation type of thing. And really, like with him being in the military, it is very hard it's hard for him, especially in his job. So he's a logistics specialist, which means that like any supplies, anything that's on the boat, he has to order it and get it. If anybody ever needs any material, they have to come to him to get it. So there's really no like, I guess, off for him. Like he's constantly working every day, even when they're supposedly like supposed to relax and enjoy their time with family. So we made the decision that Key West probably wasn't going to be like a vacation type of thing. It was going to be more so him working, and it ended up being that. Like, he's been working so hard this past week. Like, I've barely talked to him on the phone. So if I had went to Key West and I was like chilling in a hotel, like I would be waiting to see him for like an hour or so every day, if that. So yeah, the reason why I didn't go is because he would have been working the whole time. So but he'll be home, I don't know, you never really know when they're coming home. So apparently they're supposed to be pulling out from Key West tomorrow, and then I guess they'll be home sometime next week. So yeah, but in the meantime, you know, I've been living my life and doing things. I won't say I like it, you know, because it has its pros and its cons, but it is kind of nice to like be able to be apart from each other, to do individual things. Like, I'm able to explore very like deeply on my own, and then it's also nice to be as a unit, but it's nice to be an individual as well. So it kind of helps me like get tuned into like who I am as an individual, like what do I really want outside of thinking about like what somebody else wants to do that day. Like, this is something that I probably would have been like, oh, let me wait for a day when he's working, or maybe like he wants to come too, and I could just be like, oh, I just want to learn, let me go learn real quick. So it's nice to have like these little, like this time apart from each other. I mean, when he's gone for a few months, that gets difficult. But it is nice every once in a while. So yeah, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. But now I'm going to go to the farmer's market, and they're officially blocking off the street. There's like some type of marathon going on downtown today, so I'm about to figure out how to get around this. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. friend in the car with me. So I went to, so when I was at the farmer's market, I found this gem, y'all. It was like a plant oasis. You can see in the clip that I showed before this one how beautiful it was, how serene it was. It felt so good just to be around all those plants, right? But on top of that, like, the people who owned the place were seriously beautiful. There was like this husband and wife, and the wife was like, she was like the caregiver of everything, so she waters all the plants and takes care of all the plants. And she was just so funny. She's the type of person where she says everything that she thinks, like, she doesn't hold back. Like, she was yelling at the husband when I first walked in and just kept yelling at him, not like really, but like, you know, just bickering with him. But yeah, like, they make like drinks. This is a hibiscus drink. When I first got there, I had a pink guava drink. Then she let me taste the watermelon one and the kiwi coconut one. And then I bought this, and then they just started giving me free drinks. Like, they were like, oh yeah, like, you know, do you want to try all these things? And she basically educated me on plants. So I have a fern right now that has not grown for the 5 months that I've had it. I don't even know how long I've had this plant, probably all year. I think I got this plant in like September. Oh my God. So I've had this plant for a really long time, and it's not really growing. The new leaves keep dying, so she kind of gave me like a little lesson on what to do with that. But also, she's just so good at plants. Like, she was just like, oh yeah, you know, you just water it, like, you know, every day, like, it's not that big of a deal. And it's like, to me it is, because I don't know what I'm doing. But no, so I got instructions for this plant, and this is actually something, it's a rubber plant. I'll show it to you guys when we get, so pretty, when I get home. But I'm gonna surprise Vernon with this. We've been talking about how we want to have more plants in the house, and so usually I name my plants, but I'm gonna hold off on naming this one. I kind of feel like it's a boy, but you know, we'll see. I'm going to name it with Vernon so it can be our plant. Now my fern, that's my plant. Her name is Serene. She's like my learner plant. I be feeling so bad for her sometimes, because I'm like, girl, I'm trying my hardest, and I know you're not flourishing, but I'm trying. So yeah. So as you guys can see, I'm at Trader Joe's. I'm just gonna go ahead and get some things to hold me over until Sunday. Oh, the farmer's market. So I went to the farmer's market, and I thought the purpose of a farmer's market is like farmers are growing it, and it's like, you know, of course it may not be organic, but at least it's locally grown produce, which honestly I feel like locally grown produce tastes better than organic produce. Like, it tastes fresher, it has more flavor to it, it tastes more true to the actual like vegetable or fruit that you're eating. But that farmer's market was really just full of people selling the stuff that you can buy in the stores, I guess at a discounted price. But like, I don't know, there are like flies on, like, some people, not all people, some of the sellers, like, they had hella flies. Some sellers had like rotten food. Some people were really good about keeping their stuff clean, so I will say that. But like, I mean, if it's not locally grown, they didn't have a lot of organic stuff, and I'd prefer to have that if you don't have it locally grown. So I don't really get that. Like, I don't know, I don't get it. But they do have seeded watermelon, which I can't find anywhere in stores right now. And if you guys don't know, whenever you eat fruit or vegetables have seeds? No, vegetables don't have seeds. Whenever you eat fruits, you want to make sure that it has seeds, and that's how you know it's like a whole fruit. It hasn't been genetically modified. Like, you can't have an organic fruit with no seeds. Like, seedless grapes or seedless watermelons, it's been genetically not modified. So to have like the true essence of the fruit, can you guys tell I'm hype? To have the true, you know, like, as basic as it gets foundation of the fruit, you want to get seeded fruit, and seeded watermelon is very hard to find, along with seeded grapes. So I found seeded watermelon there. So I think the only reason why I would go back is for the plant shop, which I forgot to mention. The plant shop, the prices were incredible. There was this big, huge peace lily for like $85. And peace lilies, you can get like a small peace lily for like $120 online or at another plant place. This was $38, and it's like it's a very healthy, thick, like bushy rubber plant, a burgundy rubber plant. So yeah, I'm gonna go shopping and take my butt home.